Hey, how's it going? I'm going to show you guys how to split playing cards. It can be pretty difficult at times, but once you get the hang of it, it's actually pretty simple. Here's an example of two cards that are already split. If you look, one of the cards is thicker than the other part that was split off. Now you can either split the back off or the face off, depending on what kind of card you want to make. The thin part, I always discard. I don't use it. Usually what I do is once I've got my thick part split off, I'll take some fine grit sandpaper and I just rub it like this. It's going to make it easier to glue back together. And what else it does is it makes the finished product feel more like a regular playing card. Just until it's nice and smooth all the way around. It kind of thins it out just a little bit more. So now let me get into actually how to split a playing card. Now, here's the deal. Sometimes you'll get a deck of cards that you go to split and 5 cards split perfectly and the rest don't, but don't be discouraged by that. Some cards, when they come, whether it be bicycle or whatever else you're using, I usually use bicycle, will not split right. I think it's a manufacturing deal when they manufacture the cards, but some do. So you just have to be patient. That's the biggest key with splitting cards. Now, you want to find a card you want. Okay. So, like I said, I've already got this, the thicker part of the card that I split. Now I'm going to show you how to split this card. What we're going to do is on a harder surface, here's my cutting mat. It's not quite tough enough. We're going to take it on a flat surface and I'm just going to go like that, tap it a few times, and then kind of rub it back and forth on one corner, just like that. And you'll notice, I don't know if you can see it very well, but it'll start to split right at the end. So once you start to split, then you can tap it even more once you get the split. And then you can actually kind of peel what you want. And if you can't really get your fingers in there to do it, you can use a razor knife. Usually works really well. But what you want to do is you want to get the thinnest corner of the back. See, if you're making a double back, then you're going to want the back to be your thickest part. If you want to do a double face, you want the face to be your thickest part. So let me continue to tap this down a little bit more. Alright, that's good. Now, what I'm doing is I'm just kind of rubbing the back of the card until I get a little bit of a spot to where I can grab it with my fingernail. And if that doesn't work, what I do is I take a razor knife and I'll actually coax it out just a little bit with the razor knife. It seems to work out pretty well. Got that. Well, this corner isn't really working for me, so we'll go to a different corner. Alright, this corner's working out a lot better for me. Let's try to tap it down a little bit more. Like I said, it can be a little painstaking at times, but once you get it down, it's pretty worth it. And like I said also before, some cards are easier to do than others. And there we go. Now I got a nice little split coming out of there now. So you're going to take the thinnest part you can. See? I've got that corner split up right there. Now the back is the thinnest part in this application. Either one can be the thinner part, but if you peel the thin part from where you want it, you get a good result right here. So now I'm going to come to the mat, okay? Right here, where I'm peeling down, this is my thin part. You're going to go a little bit out like that. So you want to be like this. You can see it like that. Then you're going to place your finger on the thinnest part, and you are going to pull the thick part back. And as you pull, you're going to move your fingers with it. And you're just going to keep going like this. See, this is the thick part, this is the thin part. And usually they'll split right off. So now I've got this curled up thick part of a king. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go along the edge of my table, and that'll straighten it out somewhat. And then I'll take my sandpaper, smoothing it out. So it's nice and smooth, and it gets it a little bit thinner. So now that I have these two, we're going to fix these together to make a double face card. This is where you need your scrap sheet of paper. You're going to take one of the cards. I like this Elmer's purple glue the best because you can actually see where the glue's going, and you just glue the entire card. Now that that's glued, what we're going to do is we're going to take this card and we're going to line it up as best as we can on the top first. So once you're lined up right on the top, you're going to come to the other side and we're going to line up just like that. Now, take that sheet of paper you had and place the card inside that sheet of paper. Now you can use, I don't have a kitchen roller, or I do, but I'm not allowed to use it for these purposes. But you can take your glue stick and you're gonna roll a kitchen roller works a lot better, but I just don't have one at the moment. Roll, 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 roll. You're going to want to push. After that, you're going to want to go like this on the sides to get that smoothed down. Then you're going to take your sandpaper and you're going to smooth it out the sides because you're going to have excess at times. And now we have a card. So it's 6 of clubs here, King of hearts here. Now we're not done yet. The best books to use are children's books because they have these really thick pages in them. And we're just going to take your card, we're going to place it in this book and then you're either going to stack other bucks on it, or I've got a pair of I forget what the C-clamps, and you're going to C-clamp it down. You're going to leave it like that for at least 3 to 4 hours. Let the glue dry, it'll flatten it out, and it'll end up coming out looking really, really nice. So that's it. That is how you split cards. It's pretty simple once you get the hang of it. I can put out about, I'd say about 1 every 5 minutes is what it usually takes me to do. So, all right. I hope you enjoyed it, and happy card splitting.